Xie Garden in the suburbs became well known during the Guimian disturbance. It was a shelter, a peaceful port in the storm. Xie Huichun, the head of House Xie, had superb medical skills. He spent all his wealth and won over famous healers and mechanism experts hundreds of miles around, and built the clinic to rescue Guimian in Xie Garden. With a focus on researching methods to remove Shachi Mod, these healers achieved something remarkable. Through medication and surgery, they could quell the Shachi device on Guimian and prevent Shachi from continuing to corrode people's awareness. Under certain conditioning, Guimian could be normal once again, no longer driven by the excruciating desire to kill. The Shachi device had formed a symbiotic relationship with the Meridians. It can't be truly removed. Guimian would eventually be drained by the device, but at least they spent their last moments as dignified and rational humans. In that crazy Wulin, numerous Guimian have become human again and finished the last chapters of their lives. For these unfortunate people and their friends and family, Xie Garden is undoubtedly a light in the dark. But when I came to Xie Garden, everything had already changed.
I didn't expect to see a fearless visitor like you after so many years.
This is where Xie Huichun rescued Guimian. What happened here?
Master Xie has changed. He's no longer a healer.
After the Guimian disturbance, Guimian have gone underground. Xie Garden has been tarnished, and Xie Huichun disappeared. Did something happen?
If only the clinic closed, Xie Garden would just be a family house again. But do you think it looks like an ordinary house?
I'd say it's a long-abandoned house with the scent of blood in the air. It's far from what I imagined.
Master Xie is somewhere inside. you'll know what he has become. Well, Wulin is really not worth his rescue.
This device amplifies my power, so that I can open up a portal deeper into the...
I'm Sher Hoichun, the true descendant of House Sher. Our house is renowned in Wulin. My great-grandfather, grandfather, and father were all the mainstays of decency. They once responded to the call of the Long Clan and fought sustained wars against the Dark Castle of Mo. When my father died of illness and I became the head of the house, the Dark Castle of Mo and the Long Clan had fallen into ruin. But in Wulin, there were no omens that the battle between good and evil would end. I didn't think this feud was meaningful, and I was not interested in learning ancestral martial arts. There were already too many martial arts masters in Wulin. My involvement was of little importance. I refined the methods for utilizing life energy that I learned from ancestral martial arts and formed unique medical arts. Over the years, the lives I've saved may have exceeded those my ancestors took. Later, the outbreak of the Guaimian disturbance caused Wulin to fall into chaos. I spent all I had, let people look for and gather famous healers and mechanism experts in this vicinity to remove the strange Shachi mod and help Guaimian restore their sanity before death. I firmly believe that what I do has a greater impact on Wulin and is more valuable than what my ancestors did. It's always more valuable to save people than to hurt them.
My friend, you have taken great pains to treat the incurable Guaimian. What is the point in all of this?
Restoring people's health and bringing them back to life is what a healer does. These Guaimian are just following the wrong path. Saving them is no different from saving others.
But they became Gui Mian because they hoped to obtain great power through Shachi Mod. It's obvious they're greedy and cruel. Shachi Mod is not the root of evil. You can suppress Shachi, but you can't eliminate the evil in your heart.
There's hope in Wulin. Everyone assuredly has a greedy and brutal side, but as long as we restrain our evil thoughts and promote good deeds, we're on the right track. Those who have undergone Shachi Mod were likely to have made one bad decision in a split second. As a healer, how could I ignore their plight?
You are quite empathetic. I admire you. But as your friend, I have to remind you that Wulin is dangerous. You offer your kind heart, but you may not be treated the same way by others. You must be careful.
I'll keep that in mind.
Master Cher and Sire Evil Smite of the Wu-Dang sect were friends, but they had different beliefs. Master Cher thought too well of the world, and too ideally and kindly towards Wulin. Did his kindness lead to tragedy? Years ago, the 11s perished one by one, and the Gui Mian disturbance finally came to an end. There were fewer and fewer Gui Mian who came to the Cher Garden for treatment. Master Cher was exhausted, but he was filled with hope for the future, as if the evil in Wulin would disappear with Gui Mian. But anyway, after the clinic closed, I hoped he could finally rest contentedly. One day, a group of ordinary villagers brought a Gui Mian who was seriously injured by the Allied Justice. It was their only child. He'd ran away from home over some trivial matters, and for some reason, he became a Gui Mian, and became one of thousands of pawns of the conspirators who want to turn Wulin on its head. This family asked Master Cher to save the young man. That was the only case the Cher Garden had in the past month. Master Cher told me that he had given all his research results on Shachi Mod over the years to Sire Evil Smite. Sire Evil Smite would then share them with the Wu-Dang sect and the Allied Justice to save even more people. But the rest of the matter had nothing to do with him.
After resolving the last case, I'm going to close the clinic and travel around the world.
Master Cher was so relieved while saying this. I was so happy for him. In any case, he'd always been the person I respected most. There were too few people like him in Wulin.
Every maker wants these.
What can you make out of it?
Top-grade stuff. Things belonging to epics of incredible power. Most of them, but their makers have made blueprints of them to be passed down through generations. With the right blueprint, plus whatever material it asks for, of course I can remake legends.
Cleansing fire, amethyst. These are not just materials. Lots of them are unheard of. Where do I find that?
I have plenty of basic materials. As to rare stuff, required by blueprints, maybe you should try the Parawulin through that bell of yours.
The last case was unexpectedly difficult. The young man's meridians had been destroyed, and his breathing was shallow. I tried my best, operated for 10 hours, but it was all in vain. He inevitably passed away. I failed to save that young man. Alas, I'm exhausted.
The young man had been profoundly affected by Shah Chimad, and when he was sent here, he was badly injured. Even Master Sher's medical arts couldn't save him. It was indeed a tragedy, but Master Sher shouldn't feel responsible for it. However, this Gui Mian's friends and family who brought him here became emotional. They ultimately blamed Master Sher for his death. They rushed in, tied Master Sher up, and screamed at him. After 10 hours of surgery, Master Sher was too exhausted to argue. And so, these villagers cut off Master Sher's hands.
You quack! What's the use of keeping your hands?
It was a pair of hands that had saved countless people. A pair of unique hands of kindness. The people who cut off his hands had never undergone Shah Chimad. They were not even people in Wulin. They were just villagers. Master Share, is a Wu Lin like this worthy of your rescue?
I can sense them.